Well, good morning there. The Smell Test Podcast with your guy Whiff here. Hope you're doing well and you had a great night there. It is Tuesday, September 29th, 2020, and that means it is the first presidential debate of the 2020 election with Chester Cheeto and Mr. Magoo there, and I never seen no cartoon characters go at it, so that's going to be pretty entertaining. I don't know if they're going to do that stuff like with those cartoons where they was going through little races and cars and what have you, but we'll see if that plays out there. So that happens tonight there. We're not going to talk about that right now. We can watch that and talk about that tomorrow and what have you. But I want to talk about this subject for a little bit here for the break there that you're on, which is social influencing and social influencers, if you know what I'm talking about there. This is kind of a new word for me, so I want to make sure I put it out there correctly there if you're not familiar with the word there. So a social influence is supposed to be someone who's basically got exposure there, like your celebrities, your musicians, your actors, your fashion people there, and your politicians, your journalists, and what have you. And basically, they kind of influence, your behavior and the kind of way you dress and the way you think and all kinds of things like that. Well, there's mixed feelings here because of this, because I understand that if you're coming from a difficult situation in your life, like your parents aren't together, and you may have someone in your family who's unfortunately and wrongfully abusive towards you or what have you, you seek an escape from that kind of reality and look for a better way of life to kind of feel better about things. But you got to understand that these people here, like these celebrities and musicians and politicians and what have you, that are actually there on the stage talking to you, they got their own agendas in their heads there. They ain't thinking about what's best for you. They're thinking about what's best for them. And you go out and buy the shoes they buy. You go out and buy the albums they make. It's helping them. It's putting money in their pocket. It ain't putting money in your pocket there. As a matter of fact, it's taking money out of your pocket because you're going and trying to be like them. And that also takes away from you being you and choosing to be who you want to be because you want to be like other people, and that ain't original. And then they influence you with their mindset of what they want to do, and unfortunately, a lot of these people in this social influencing situation, they are affluent people, not influenced people, but affluent people, which means these are people who got money, and they want you to think the way they think, and what they think is ways that they can stay in a level of power. Now you may go, no, they care about other people. They want to clean up the environment. They want to help out the poor. They want to do all this stuff. That's a bunch of crap. I'm sorry if you believe that. You've been, what's the word there? You've been bamboozled there. That ain't real. That ain't real at all, because if they truly wanted to care about people and help people and feed the homeless and house people and clothe people and save the environment, they wouldn't take planes around the country, around the world. They wouldn't spend all this money on these extravagant vacations all the time that people don't spend that kind of money on. They would be hiring more people to work for them and give them opportunities to build on things themselves. They wouldn't be overcharging for some of their apparel and what have you. These people claim that they don't like the idea of capitalism because they don't like this idea of people not being able to afford stuff, yet they still go out there and sell expensive stuff and keep the money for themselves and live in super expensive houses and have really expensive cars and don't worry about what you're having. So don't fall for that kind of silliness there that makes you think that these people really care about what happens to you. They're on their bottom line and what's going to benefit them. And then they keep coming out with these politicians. You got the celebrities and the politicians coming out, and they're talking about, well, we care about you. We want to help you, so put this person in office. But most of them have never done anything to really help the public, and they keep saying, I'm going to raise taxes on the people here that are rich, and they're going to pay more in taxes. And the celebrities going, yeah, I think the celebrities should pay more taxes. Well, I got news for you. You can put as much money as you want to in the tax system. You ain't got no limits. They ain't like a limit when you go to pay your taxes that says you only can pay $1,600 or whatever it may be for your taxes. You can give them as much as you want to, but you ain't gonna do that. And if you ain't gonna do it there voluntarily, then why would you think that they really care about helping you if they ain't gonna do it voluntarily? Does that mean they have to be forced to give money to the government to help you? Because that means they don't really care. They just want it. They just want you to think that they care about you. That's a bunch of nonsense there. And do you think a politician's gonna get an endorsement from a celebrity, a musician, an actor, a fashion person, what have you, and then they're gonna go, I want to raise the taxes on the rich, and then the next second they get elected, they're gonna do it? When has that ever happened? Tell me, really, when has that ever happened, when a celebrity has said, I want taxes to be raised on me, and then the celebrity got endorsing this politician, and next time they went up there and they got elected, they tried to raise the taxes on the celebrity? And why do you have to have your taxes raised? Why can't you just give your money away and give it to nonprofits and what have you? Come on. Who's really buying that? You're falling for a fake little scam there, thinking that these people really want to bring you up to their level. Of course they don't. That's bull. That's a big bunch of bunk there. Don't fall for that kind of lies. You're smarter than that. These TV shows and what have you, they don't care about you. They want your money. The money that you have or the money that other people have. Find some people who is hardworking people, who's actually giving back to the community, working in the soup kitchens there, or picking up the garbage, who's actually in the fight there doing something, not these people who was handing off money. They don't really care. They do that for tax deductions, not because they really care. You find some celebrity who has hardly any money, who's living in a house in a middle-class town or city there, who's driving a cheap old car and is just paying his bills or her bills there, what have you. And she spends most of her money trying to give other people jobs or give other people an opportunity to get on their feet. That's someone who actually has some value. If you ain't got that kind of person, don't believe they actually give a doggy's poop here about you, because that ain't true. That ain't true. You can't get him to pay the taxes free of will. You gotta be forced to pay the taxes. That means they don't really want to do it. They're just talking out of their butts there. Don't fall for that kind of lying there. You're better than that there. Don't fall for these social influences. What they're trying to do is make you live the way they want you to live. And it ain't for your best interest there. It's for theirs. Because as long as you stay down and you be a little robot and buy their shoes and their shirts and their jackets and their hats, you're feeding their coffers. They fly around on planes and eat expensive food and stay in hotels and bribe people to get their kids in colleges, which is what just happened recently with that lady from the Full House TV show there that went to the jail or was going to the jail, and a couple other actors. They was paying to get their kids in colleges there. They spent $500,000, $1 million, whatever they spent. Let me ask you a question. They ever think once about making their kids earn it? Did they ever think once about, instead of spending all that money to get their kid into college because the kid should have earned it, that maybe they should have been spending that money, that $500,000 or $1,000,000, what have you. Let's just call it 500,000 for now. 500,000 bucks. They could have been spending on helping some families get off the street there and get into a house for a year. They could have done that for 10 families there and given them a place to live and some kind of an income to take care of people for a full year. But all they cared about, and that could have made all the difference in their lives, but no, they wanted to get their kid into college because the kid couldn't earn it, because they were little entitled snotbags there who didn't do the work they needed to do to earn it themselves there. And you want to be influenced by these people? They're the worst examples of people. They ain't for your benefit there. They want to protect the environment, yet they want to go fly off on private planes there. They want you to cut out all the things there that are bad for the environment, but they don't cut them out. And they say, well, I have to do it to help the environment. That's a bunch of bull. I ain't never heard such a big pile of dog crap in my life there. You really believe that? Use your brain there. That's ridiculous there. These people don't care about you. And then they got this guy here, the guy from the wrestling guy. That's how I got annoyed by this here, because I'm talking to my kid here, my boy the other day there, or yesterday there. And he's telling me, you know, The Rock endorsed the Biden guy there. And I'm like, so what? Who cares? He don't mean nothing to me. He don't understand my situation. That guy's got multi-millions of dollars. He ain't affected by what's happening to me and my taxes and how it's affecting you and your sister and your mother and me and your grandparents there. He ain't affected by it. He's got the money to spend. He can go live wherever he wants. Who's gonna take care of our bills here? But he's like, he's cool though. He cares about people. How do you know that? How do you know? I mean, I know my boy doesn't know better, and that's fine. I ain't mad at him for it. But it's really more this mentality that people got to think that celebrities actually give a crap about them, and it's totally false. And it's misleading the kids out there and people who can't think for themselves. And they count on that. They count on it. People who keep wanting for something more that don't have it, and they think, well, if I could be like them, I could have what they've got. That ain't how they think. Their persona on front of a camera, when they point a camera at them and they're talking to you, that's totally different than the way they behave in their real lives there. Most of them, they could be nice and friendly if they meet you in public, but if you get behind the scenes and learn of all the extravagances they have, they ain't living simple lives there. Don't fall for that nonsense there. And once again, you think they're going to go endorse a politician who's going to raise the taxes on them there? That ain't going to happen. That's all a sham. A sham means it's fake. It's like a play or something like that, right? It's like doing a TV show. They're like, okay, in this scene, I'm going to pretend like I want you to raise my taxes, but don't really do it. It's a bunch of bunk there. Don't fall for that kind of crap. They're trying to hurt you. They don't want to help you, because if they really wanted to help you, they'd give away all their shoes for free. They believe in capitalism, even though they keep claiming they believe in social and economic injustice. They have every chance to fix social and economic injustice in their own world, and they ain't doing it. They're still collecting their dollars, paying their masseuses, paying their chauffeurs, driving their fancy cars, getting their private cooks, their private hairdressers, all that stuff like that there. Spending way too much money on vacations and drugs and alcohol and what have you. How many celebrities you see going into rehab because they can't control their substance abuse problems there? And you think these people is truly happy? They're trying to be happy, but they don't know how to do it. But they want to tell you how to live and how to think. Come on, that's such a big bunch of crap. That guy, The Rock, coming out there and talking yesterday about how I endorsed the Biden. Well, good for you. I don't need you to tell me on a video who you support. You don't understand my financial situation. You don't know about what my family goes through. You got millions of dollars. You want to give me your millions of dollars so I can think like you? Go ahead, but you ain't going to do it. He's a false person. He's a false idol. Don't worship people like that. They're false gods there. Social influence. Yeah, they're trying to influence your social behavior there to benefit them. What a bunch of nonsense. Okay, tell you what there, Rock. If that's what is it Dwayne Johnson, the guy there? Yeah. If you want to be this great guy and help everybody out, you got so much money. You want to help people. You care about the common guy. You give me a call there. You can call the hotline here, 505-585-0500. You tell me how you're going to pay my taxes there because you got the money to afford to pay the taxes there. And you got more than me and you want social and economic equality. So you give me the money to pay my taxes and to move into a house similar in size to yours there, and then I'll believe that you actually give a crap about me and mine. Until then, I think you're a big bunch of, I don't think you're a pile of the rocks. I think you're a pile of the turd. You smell what the turd is cooking? That's what you is. I dislike people who are fake and try to tell my kids and the people around me who maybe can't figure things out there that they actually care about them. I think you're disgusting there. I think you are horrible for this country the way you behave there. You're an entitled little brat. And if I saw you, I'd shove your head in the toilet because I think you're a big liar. Anyway, that's just my belief there, and I don't think The Rock passes the smell test. As a matter of fact, I think he's a big smoking, stinking turd there, and I can smell it from a million miles away. In Mars, they're going, what's that smell? I can smell the odor of a liar. The one thing that I thought was really entertaining about this is go look at the video here where he's talking to the Mr. Magoo and that lady who's really annoying. What's her name? The Kamala Harris person there. And he goes, he's supporting him and what have you. And then on the below there on the YouTube thing there, it's got all these likes and dislikes, and it's got like, whatever was it, like 8,000 likes, and there was like 10,000 dislikes, which I thought was really funny. Because a lot of people are waking up to this silliness. My frustration here is that you really aren't trying to help the middle class, the lower class, the poor. You're not doing that. You're flapping your gums, but that ain't actual action. That's just words. Anybody can say anything. Do something about it. Put your money out there where your mouth is. You got $6 million. Break it up between yourself and 6 people, and then you can tell me you believe in economic equality. You get $6 million a year. You can afford to create like 20 jobs for people. Or more. Way more than that. With really good paying salaries, though, you could do 20. But you ain't doing that. You ain't creating an economic situation for people. You ain't creating a work situation for people where they can take care of theirs. You're just building your coffers there. Well, I'm going to give it to my children there. Well, great, but I thought you believed everybody should be equal, so your children don't need any more than anybody else. So share it with more people. But you won't. You'll say, I will, but you won't. You'll share a little bit and give a little bit because you believe in capitalism. I believe in capitalism. What I don't like there is I don't like that fake little nonsense crap you spout about how you want everybody to be equal and expect everybody else to behave a way that you don't truly behave. That's what I find disgusting, you little piece of turd. You're a big, stinking turd. You don't pass the smell test, you go immediately to the sewer. Anyway, enjoy your break there. I hope you had some coffee there and I gave you a couple of laughs there. And don't let these people influence your children or even you or your family or what have you. Think for yourself. These people aren't real. They're all like mirages and what have you would see in the desert and whatever. But you have a good break there, rest of the afternoon there, and get ready and get excited for the cartoon battle royal and what have you later tonight. And I will talk to you later on. If you want to leave your comments below, I would definitely like to read those there. You can leave those in the comments of the show description, what have you there. Or you can call that hotline where I'm waiting for the phone call from the turd guy. You can call 505-585-0500. You ain't the turd guys. You guys is all great. I'm talking about the guy who calls himself The Rock, but I think he's the turd. But you guys can call me there and leave a message, and you can call me a turd if you want to. Hey, maybe I am. I didn't say I was perfect. But I do have a big, beautiful nose there. All right, you have a real good rest of the afternoon there. And as always, God bless you.